welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Pantin of Learning Bilingually. In today's video, I'm going to share how I'm organizing my small groups during this virtual learning phase, including how I organize my own materials on my end, as well as how I created charts that really help keep my students accountable and knowing what to do during our small group rotations. So first, our district utilizes Microsoft Teams for our live interactions with our students. So I actually created my general Teams groups, and that's where I have both of my groups of students as members. And so when it's the day that I'm meeting with one of the groups, I'll start a meeting and they know to log into that session. Now, for small groups, I created separate Microsoft Teams groups for each of my small groups. So in essence, on my panel, as you can see, I have 6 small groups: Grupo Piña, Grupo Pera, Grupo Kiwi, Grupo Fresa, Grupo Mango, y Grupo Uvas. Grupo Piña, Pera, y Kiwi are one of my classes, and Grupo Fresa, Mango, y Uvas is my other group of classes. So I have about 22 students in each class, so there's about 7 or 8 in each group of those 3 groups. So this is the small groups that I utilize to meet with my students for math small groups and Spanish language arts small groups. The math small groups are in the morning and the Spanish language arts are in the afternoon. So their actual Teams group name includes the morning time and the afternoon time that I am meeting with that group, so that they know when they see that icon on their Teams dashboard, they know, for example, if they're Grupo Piña, that I'm meeting with them at 9:30 a.m. for math and at 12:20 p.m. for Spanish language arts. And that's how I organize the Microsoft Teams groups. So to just keep myself on track of which student has logged into the small group and who I need to call that hasn't logged in yet, I have the actual image of the Teams groups and a list of the students that are in that group as sort of a checklist, and I put that sheet into a sheet protector. And I just, when I'm starting the meeting for small groups, I just look at who's logged in, I check them off, and I know, oh, I have to call so-and-so, or I have to call so-and-so. They're not in the group yet. I call them, and then they log in. So this really just keeps me on track. So I know which students are already logged into the meeting, which student has not, and I can touch base with that student and make sure that they log in. I also created just a physical file folder for each of my groups. So I have Grupo Piña y Fresa, Grupo Pera y Mango, y Grupo Kiwi y Uvas. So I use these file folders. I use them to put any materials, any actual physical materials that I will be utilizing with that small group for math and for Spanish language arts, and that I will kind of throw under my DocCam and utilize live with the students. On the front of the actual file folder, I also have, again, the list of the students that are part of those groups. So I know that, okay, this file folder, Grupo Fresa y Grupo Piña, are these 7 from this class and these 7 or 8 from the other class. And that just keeps me on track. I know which students are part of that group. And then the materials inside, like I said, are materials that I am using live to teach during the small groups, and then I'm screen sharing and showing the students on their end. So when I'm actually ready to teach live, I make sure beforehand I have all my materials organized. I do like organization, especially when I'm doing a small group and need something tailored for each group. So I have a general setup where I have my computers, where I have the Teams and I'm seeing my kids live. Then I have my second monitor, which is where I see what I'm screen sharing. So that's where I see what the students are seeing as we're working through problems and different activities. I also have my small group file folders with the materials on the left-hand side, along with that checklist, so I know which students are logged into my small meeting. For my math small groups, I have my math textbook that the students have at home as well. And I have a composition notebook where I take notes of the lesson before the lesson. So I have an idea, obviously, of what the lesson's about and what I am teaching for that specific lesson. I have any vocabulary and examples that I want to do with the students. So I have my notes there. And then I have the actual, like a dry erase surface, and as well as paper or any problems already kind of written out that I put under the DocCam, so that is what the students will see when we're doing live examples. I also have my math textbook, like I said, that I can put under the .cam and ask the students to open to a certain page, and that's what we'll work on for math. For language arts, I actually prepare everything on the Recordix software, the Express software, which is what we have in our school and what my .cam is from, the .cam that goes with the Recordix, the smartboard. So I have the Recordix software, and I actually upload the files that I will be sharing with each small group there, and then I use that second monitor to screen share, and the students see what's on there. So we work through a reading or a comprehension activity or a grammar activity that I've already posted in the software, the Recordix software, and I screen share and they can just see directly. Of course, if I need to, during my Spanish language arts groups as well, I can throw anything under the .cam and work like that with my students as well. I have that set up beforehand and ready to go for my small groups. All right, so as you can see here, I use Google Drive and Google Slides to create charts that then I embed into my Canvas homepage. Canvas is the learning management system that our district utilizes. So I create the Google Slides and then embed onto the Canvas homepage. So I have several charts that really keep my students on track. First, I have a small group math chart. So what this looks like is basically my 3 groups, Grupo Piña, Grupo Pera, Grupo Kiwi, and then the times and the activities that they're doing at those times. So for example, Grupo Piña from 9:30 to 10, they're with me on Microsoft Teams. Then from 10 to 10:25, they're viewing a video of the math lesson that I created. And then they're working on the online math component that we have in our district. So it's the Go Math Online. They're assigned a lesson in Spanish. And then after, if they finish with the lesson, they have about 20-25 minutes to work on some activities in Learning Farm and Splash Learn, which has Spanish math activities that I assign to the students. So then Grupo Pera and Grupo Kiwi from 9:30 to 10 are viewing my lesson, my video of the lesson on Canvas that I've posted, and then they are beginning their Go Math Entrenador Personal en Matemáticas. Then Grupo Pera meets with me at 10 a.m. and Grupo Kiwi meets with me at 10:25 a.m. So this Google slide I've embedded onto the Canvas homepage for this group of students so that they know it's there. They can see, oh, I'm Grupo Piña. These are the 3 activities in the order in which I am doing them. So as you can see, this is for Matemáticas. So I have the same type of chart, but it is for Lectoescritura, so our Spanish language arts, small group rotations. Again, my 3 groups, Grupo Piña, Grupo Pera, Grupo Kiwi. And then from 12:20 to about 12:45, Grupo Piña is meeting with me. Then they are doing iStation in Spanish, and then they are doing working on their assignments that I've created for them in their Canvas module. Grupo Pera is beginning with Canvas module, Grupo Kiwi with iStation, and then here are the 3 times that I meet with my group. So it really makes it clear for them at what time they are logging into Microsoft Teams and at what time they are they are logged into iStation or in Canvas working on the module. So these 2 charts are for the one group of students that I have, and then I have the same exact charts for my other group of students, but instead of those group names, they are 3 different group names. They're Grupo Fresa, Grupo Mango, and Grupo Uvas. So in essence, I have 6 groups, but 3 for one class and 3 for the other class. I also have a Spanish weekly playlist, and this is mostly to keep them on track with the activities for the day. And again, it's a Google slide, so I actually put this red thing around the day, and then I'll just move it over for the next day. That way it just shows them that's what you have to complete today. So on Tuesday, I have this group of students. This is what the math they have to complete, the lectura assignment from last week to finish, and then a new assignment, no actual assignment for writing for that day, science, and then this is all part of their Canvas module, and then their gramática. So when it's Wednesday, I'll just move this over, and boom, now they are it highlights the day that they are in. So this is kind of how I keep track of my students and what they're doing and help them stay on track for themselves. So like I said, our district utilizes Canvas as the learning management system. So this is at the Canvas homepage for one of my groups. The Canvas homepages for both groups look exactly the same. But the only difference is that here, for this group, they'll see their groups, Grupo Piña, Grupo Pera, Grupo Kiwi, and the other group of students that I have will see the names of their groups, Grupo Fresa, Mango, y Uvas. So the actual homepage, as you can see, I have little icons here, announcements, send me a message, library. So I've actually linked some books there for them to use. And then I have a schedule, which is actually where it shows them when they are logging into which meeting on Teams. So they're very clear that at the morning we're all logged in together. Then we have small math groups. Then we all log back in together after lunch and recess. And then we are back to small groups. And at the end of the day, I'm logged in case anyone needs help. I am logged in and available in our general meeting. So like I said, the 2 Google Slides, I've embedded them here on the home page. And this is their small group chart. So they have their math chart and their lectoescritura chart. This chart doesn't really change, but if it did, it would be easy because you can easily change something on Google Slides and it changes right at, if I was to change something on Google Slides and then refresh my page, it changes it right on there. So that's why I love Google Slides and embedding them. So these are their 2 charts right there. And then here is where I have their kind of playlist or the activities that I showed on Google Slides as well. So I highlight the day that it is, and then these are their modules. So they know that they're gonna click the highlighted module on the top, and those are the activities for the week. In Canvas, you can publish as you go. So I just publish the activities for that specific day that they have to complete. Then I go in and I'll publish the other activities when I have those students again. So this is how I help my students really keep track and really know where they're supposed to be at those certain times for small groups. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more dual language bilingual education content. Adios!